Welcome to USC Commencement. For your safety, please be aware of the following guidelines. In the unlikely event of an earthquake, remember to drop, cover, and hold in place, then calmly await further instructions from safety personnel. If you should see anything out of the ordinary, please notify a security officer or commencement staff member. For emergency assistance, contact the USC Department of Public Safety at 213-740-4321. Thank you for your attention. Enjoy your day at USC, and congratulations to all our graduates.
Welcome to the 2024 Doctoral Commencement Ceremony for the University of Southern California's Rossier School of Education. Our procession includes the Dean, Associate Deans, faculty, Board of Counselors, special guests, and this year's graduates of the USC Rossier School. The procession will now begin. Please keep the aisles clear. Please welcome Dean Pedro A. Noguera.
Good afternoon. Everyone, please be seated. I'm honored to welcome you, our graduates, your families and friends to the USC campus today. Sorry it was so difficult to get on. Although this university, like many others, has been rocked by protests and arrests, it's truly wonderful to be here with all of you to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2024. Let me begin by recognizing that we occupy land originally and still inhabited and cared for by the Tongva, Tataviam, Serrano, Kiz, Chumash peoples. We honor and pay respect to their elders and descendants, past, present, and emerging, for they showed us how to live in harmony with these lands and waters. And if we had learned from their example, we might not be faced with the environmental hazards that now threaten our way of life. On behalf of the faculty, staff, alumni, and friends of the USC Rossier School of Education, I offer our heartiest congratulations to the graduates. Today, we salute you, and to all the people who have supported you in fulfilling your educational goals. Thank you. I would like to acknowledge our special guests on the platform here today. Our distinguished guests include 5 members of our Board of Counselors: Patricia Brent-Senko, Maggie Chidester, Gary Crisp, Patrick Liu, who flew all the way from Singapore, and Michael Lizarraga. Thank you all for being with us on this important day. I also want to acknowledge our dear member of the Rossier family, Roger Rossier, who was not able to join us today, but it behooves us to all remember that it was through the generosity of Roger and his late wife, Barbara, that we became the Rossier School of Education. We'll always be grateful for their support. This year, we lost 2 dear and beloved members of our faculty, Drs. John Slaughter and Tatiana Melguiso. We are grateful for their service to our school, and we are thankful for the time we had with them. Today, we are awarding 327 doctoral graduates That includes the PhD in Urban Education, the EdD in Education Leadership, they are here, the Global Executive EdD, Small but Mighty, and the EdD in Organizational Change and Leadership. Attaining your degree is a remarkable achievement, and we commend you. This year, Rossier will provide each graduate with 1 complimentary photo from our photographer, Grad Images, as you cross the stage. That's a bonus, let me tell you. You will receive an email in a few days with a special link to claim your photo. All of you now join approximately 2% of the adult population in the United States with a doctoral degree. The relative rarity of your accomplishment alone does not make you exceptional. What makes you exceptional is the commitment you have made to use your knowledge and skills for a greater good, to solve problems that affect students, schools, colleges, and society, and to advance equity through your leadership, your professional practice, and through the production of research. Keep in mind that as a leader and an expert, you will serve as a role model to others. The example you set can either be used to inspire or to serve as a reminder that titles are meaningless. By now, all of us know that titles are worthless if they are not combined with compassion, a commitment to excellence, and dedication to serve others. I want you to know that we believe in you. We believe you have what it takes to leave USC and find new ways to address the many problems we face. I speak for every member of the faculty when I say that we have great confidence in you and we celebrate you on this special day. I am particularly proud of our faculty because they have been with you every step of the way. Our faculty have been your mentors, your champions, your challengers, and your counselors. Please join me in thanking them for taking you on this educational pathway to becoming the educational leaders and scholars. Today, you are no longer our students, you are our colleagues. I know that some of you will decide to join us as college professors, college administrators, deans, and presidents. However, I also know that some of you are ready and willing to serve as school superintendents, as CEOs of nonprofits, hospitals, NGOs, and global organizations. My hope is that the education you received while at Rossier has prepared you and that you will be better prepared for the leadership because of it. Each of our graduates brings enormous promise and potential to the field they work in. Regardless of what you might do when you leave us, I want to commend each of you for choosing to pursue a degree in education. I'm sure that by now you knew it's not a path to wealth and fame. I'm sure you chose this field because you understand the transformative potential of education, and that with it you can do something to address the current state of the world. The philosopher Karl Jaspers reminds us there are ages of change which see upheavals that in extreme instances appear to go to the fundamental roots of humanity itself. We are in the midst of such an era right now, and the upheavals we are witnessing will have far-reaching consequences for our future. While none of us can predict the future, we are clearly at a crossroads. Either we will move in the direction of greater conflict and calamity, or in the direction of peace, empathy, justice, and sustainability. The primatologist and environmentalist Jane Goodall warns us that the greatest threat to our future is apathy. This is why each of us is called upon to pay attention, to do our part in altering the current direction we're heading in to avoid calamity on a massive scale. I believe education can play a role in altering the direction of the world toward a sustainable and peaceful future. Education is essential for producing a shift in consciousness about how we live in the world and with each other, and in how we think about our responsibility to future generations. Education is most powerful and subversive when it gets people to think critically and independently. That is why education is under attack by those who want to ban books and limit access to knowledge about our history. But I think these authoritarian attacks are doomed. They cannot suppress the truth or silence the past. I remain optimistic. I remain optimistic because while education can be used to control minds, it also has the potential to unleash creativity, free thinking, and problem solving. We know that when education is used to help us think outside the ideological boxes that constrain us and to reinforce an awareness of our common humanity, it can nurture our ability to live ethically and sustainably. I hope that you also know that you will always have each other to turn to for support and advice. Your degree brings you membership in one of the most powerful networks in the world, the Trojan family. So look to your left and look to your right. That person seated next to you might very well be the person you turn to for advice, a referral, or even a shoulder to cry on. Each of you has now earned the right to call yourselves USC alumni. You are now mentors of future Trojan educators, and I encourage you to embrace this role as a lifelong and worldwide commitment. On behalf of the Trojan family, I congratulate you, and we implore you always to fight on. Today's ceremony is rich in tradition and has become a tradition here at Rossier for a faculty member to describe the symbolic meanings embedded in the university commencement ceremonies. Taking on this role today is Dr. Larry Pikus, Professor of Education, Finance, and Policy, and the Richard T. Cooper and Mary Catherine Cooper Chair in Public School Administration. Please welcome Dr. Pikus.
Thank you, Dean Noguera. As you march in academic procession on commencement day, you wear caps and gowns of a long tradition. Your academic regalia is not merely a costume, it represents an unbroken chain united students, scholars since the time of the Middle Ages. This costume has emerged from centuries of tradition in Great Britain, where each university adopted its own costume. In 1895, American institutions created the Intercollegiate Code, regulating the design or patterns of gowns and hoods and the colors used. This code remains substantially intact today. Now, the moment I know you've all been waiting for, I get to select a volunteer to come up and demonstrate. Most of my work this year has been with the Global EdD. I'd like Ellen Rose to come up and model her regalia for us. Ellen, where are you? I don't have another name, Ellen. I'm counting on you. Seriously, please come to the front and we'll. Was she working on? Oh, there she comes. Okay, I didn't see it. It always works out there in the furthest away seat. No worries. So with this, we'll explain all of the parts of your regalia. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Caps. Typically, the Oxford or mortarboard cap is worn. A recent exception is the wearing of a soft doctor's cap made of velvet. The tassel is black at USC for bachelor's and master's degrees. Doctors and governing officials only may wear a tassel of gold metallic thread. It's customary to leave the tassel draped over the left temple at all times. Gowns. The gowns for bachelor's degrees are black and have long pointed sleeves. The master's gown, also black, is made with an oblong sleeve. The doctor's gown is an elaborate costume marked by velvet panels.
You didn't count on this, did you?
I did. I knew that. That was exactly what I wanted. The doctor's gown is an elaborate costume marked by velvet panels down the front and around the neck, as well as by 3 bars of the same material on the bell-shaped sleeves. It's cut much fuller than the other gowns and may be ornamented in color. USC is among a handful of universities which permit other than black doctoral gowns. Our gown was designed for the inauguration of President James H. Zumberg in 1981. Hoods. Of all the components of the costume, the hood is the most symbolic. It makes clear the level of the degree, the faculty, the institution which awarded it. The degree is shown by the size of the hood, the width of the velvet trimming, and in the case of the doctors, by the shape. Your hoods are lined in cardinal and gold, USC's school colors. The velvet trimming of royal blue signifies the PhD degree. The trimming of light blue signifies the EdD degree. Other symbols. You can stay till the end here. I think we pretty much got you. But stick around. The heraldic mace. USC's mace is a ceremonial scepter symbolizing the authority which established the university's charter in 1880. The mace dates back to the 13th century as symbols of royal authority. The chair of the academic senate had the honor of serving as the mace bearer in the academic procession. The heraldic flags. A flag has been designed for each academic unit which confers degrees at USC and is carried by a student at commencement. The Rossier School of Education's banner includes the academic color of light blue. The 4 quadrants of the flag are adorned by 2 panels showing the book illuminated by the lamp of learning, the tradition symbol of education. The 3rd panel is occupied by the sun, symbolizing light and warmth and affection extended by USC to the student community. The 4th panel includes a torch of learning. The university seal, which dates back to 1955, depicts 3 torches: arts, sciences, and philosophy. The California poppy, the university flower, and a setting sun, symbolizing the vitality of the West. The torches are symbolic of learning, the sun is the symbol of power and life, and the poppy is the symbol of growth. The university's motto, translated from Latin, is "Let him bear the palm who merits it." Finally, in answer to a question often asked by my students in class, will you make a copy of that so we don't have to take notes? The answer is they're printed in the USC Commencement program online, so go forth and celebrate the day. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Larry and Ellen, for that fashion show. I would now like to introduce Dr. Kathy Stowe, our Associate Dean for Academic Programs, who will present our 2024 Dissertations of Distinction Awards.
Thank you, Dean Noguera. It's too quiet out there. Congratulations, graduates! Woo! That's awesome. That's much better. It is my privilege to present our 2024 Dissertations of Distinction to 4 of our deserving graduates. Our winners are members of the class of 2023 and 2024. Our PhD Dissertation of Distinction is presented to Dr. Jeanette Zambrano for her dissertation, Culturally Relevant Autonomy Supportive Instruction, toward an integration for enhancing the motivation of racially and ethnically diverse learners, chaired by Dr. Erica. Our EDL Dissertation of Distinction is presented to Dr. Robert James Thrash IV for his dissertation, "We Gon' Be All Right." That's what it said, "Gon' Be All Right." Phenomenology of Black Educators, Occupational Stressors, and Well-Being, chaired by Dr. Sean Harper. Congratulations, Dr. Thrash. Our first OCL Dissertation of Distinction is presented to Dr. Zachary J. Berklow for his dissertation, Leading Innovation and Change, Presidential Perspectives on the Future of Work and How Rural Serving Community Colleges Adapt, chaired by Dr. Rob Philbeck. Our final OCL Dissertation of Distinction is presented to Dr. Eric Edmonds for his dissertation, Understanding Cross-Cultural Knowledge Sharing in Ghana's Energy Sector, an exploration study, chaired by Dr. Monique Dada. Thank you, Dr. Edmonds. All right. Congratulations once more.
Thank you, Kathy. You may have heard that our featured speaker recently declined our invitation as an act of protest. We respect her decision as an act of conscience. However, we are in luck because our very own Professor Sean Harper has agreed to serve as our speaker. Dr. Harper is the Provost Professor of Education and Business, the Clifford and Betty Allen Chair in Urban Education Leadership, the founder and executive director of the USC Race and Equity Center. He is one of the nation's most highly respected racial equity experts. He served as the 2020-21 American Educational Research Association president and the 2016-17 Association for the Study of Higher Education president. Additionally, he was inducted to the National Academy of Education in 2021 and appointed by U.S. President Joe Biden to the National Board for Education Sciences in 2022. This is just a glimpse of his many accomplishments. His bio is available in the program. We are delighted to have him speak to you today. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Harper to the podium.
Thank you. After all the money you've spent, all the time, sweat, and tears you've invested into this educational experience, you deserve a proper commencement address. I am extraordinarily honored to present that gift to all 327 of you. This day and this very special moment in time is all about celebrating you, our beautifully diverse, impressively accomplished, and incredibly talented class of 2024. You have done a thing that fewer than 2% of people on the planet have done. You have completed a doctorate, and you've done it at one of the most outstanding research universities, at a place that is situated in our nation's most culturally vibrant city. You've achieved this at a time of deep and dangerous divides in our democracy, throughout and in the aftermath of a deadly pandemic, and in the midst of a global conflict that is claiming too many innocent people's lives. Whether you were in Wade Phillips Hall, or online in our digital learning environments, or in Singapore, Johannesburg, Sao Paulo, or one of our other classrooms abroad, you travel this educational journey alongside peers and professors who share with you a belief that you, this class of doctors, can play a significant role in reducing human conflicts and human suffering everywhere they exist. You, this class of doctors, and those of us who had the honor of being your teachers, share a belief that educational equity actually can be achieved and sustained. A belief that fairness and excellence for all students and all employees across all backgrounds can be manufactured in our nation's K-12 schools, community colleges, universities, military branches, and other organizations in which teaching and learning occur. We share with you a belief that research, data, evidence, facts, and truths can deliver the promise of our democracy. The truth can save our democracy. We share a belief that courageous leadership is possible, even during this era of polarization and unreasonableness. you shared with your dissertation chairs a belief that you were going to pass your proposal defense, that IRB was going to approve your studies, that prospective participants were going to be responsive to your outreach and invitations, that the participants who said yes were actually going to show up for the interviews or actually complete the surveys that you sent them. You believed quality, useful data were going to be collected. And somehow, some way, all those pages were going to get written without one instance of plagiarism or a single typo or grammatical blemish. All those beliefs brought you here today to this time and place. Congratulations and bravo to you on actualizing those beliefs. I have but one question for our doctors. Raise your hand if you have a master's degree. As I suspected, that's just about all of you. This means that today is at least the third time that most of you have participated in a university commencement ceremony. Surely your previous graduation speakers told you that commencement signifies a beginning, not the end. I joined them in reminding you for the third and likely final time that commencement signifies a beginning, not the end. Everything you read here at the USC Rossier School of Education, every classroom conversation you had, every assignment that you completed, and all the research you did undoubtedly prepared you to become a university professor, or a researcher someplace, or a policy informant, or a principal, or a superintendent, or a vice president for student affairs, a college president, chief learning officer, CFO, CEO, or some other influential role. Yes, we have taught you skills that have set you up for success in the next chapters of your careers. But I hope that we didn't just teach you how to do your next jobs. I hope that your professors, my colleagues, also taught you how to fight. You've been on this doctoral journey for 3, 4, 5, or for some of you, 6 years now. In case you haven't been explicitly told, here at the University of Southern California, in our beloved Trojan family, we say fight on. Hopefully, we have taught you how to do just that. Wars are raging and people are dying in Gaza, Israel, Ukraine, Sudan, Mali, Niger, Somalia, Ethiopia, Burkina Faso, in the Congo, and in too many other parts of the world. We need global citizens who can use the power and the possibility of education to fight terrorism and hate. Here in these United States of America, racism, sexism, xenophobia, homophobia, transphobia, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, and other forms of discrimination, harassment, and violence are raging in too many communities and schools. We need educational leaders to fight for remedies and justice. Politicized attacks on diversity, equity, and inclusion are raging in states all across our country. The right to learn truths about America's racial past and present are being legislatively suppressed. Books by Toni Morrison and other influential authors of color are being banned. Books that include and affirm LGBTQ youth are being banned. Teachers who aim to make curricula culturally responsive and classrooms culturally inclusive are being threatened. Multicultural affairs offices and culture centers on college campuses are being closed. Chief diversity officers are being fired. Affirmative action is dead. We need brave Trojans. Those of you who have been taught the value and the truths about DEI to individually and collectively fight for its preservation and its restoration in America's educational institutions. Our nation needs you to fight on until zip codes and wealth are no longer the strongest determinants of educational opportunity. We need you to fight on until predominantly black and brown educational institutions are equitably funded. Fight on. Fight on until the school-to-prison pipeline is permanently dismantled. Please, fight on until the epidemic of gun violence and mass shootings ends. Fight on until faculty demographics more closely match the diversity of student populations in our schools, colleges, and universities. Fight on until people of color are more significantly represented in executive leadership roles. Fight on until women in our profession and in every other sector of our economy receive equal pay for equal work. Fight on until sexual harassment and sexual assault on campuses and in workplaces no longer occurs. Fight on until California elects its first woman governor. And the United States of America elects its first woman president. Fight on until the hopes and dreams of your ancestors who migrated from Mexico, Guatemala, Colombia, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Thailand, Taiwan, Vietnam, Nigeria, Ghana, and everywhere else across the globe are more fully realized. Until Drake is ultimately declared the winner of his ongoing battle, sorry, did you just boo me? As I was saying, rude. Until Drake is ultimately declared the winner in his ongoing battle against Kendrick Lamar, I am also encouraging that brother, my favorite rapper, to keep fighting on. As you fight for what's good and right, please know that you are not fighting alone. You have all these amazing USC Rossier doctoral graduates fighting alongside you. And you have the full force of the Trojan family behind you. You have gotten the knowledge, tools, and skills here that will help you emerge victoriously in any fight that you take on in pursuit of equity, diversity, inclusion, justice, freedom, and human rights. Class of 2024, once again, congratulations to you, and always, always fight on.
Thank you, Dr. Harper. USC Rossier School of Education doctoral candidates, please follow the directions of the staff as we now proceed with the hooding and conferral of your degrees. The PhD degree holders will be first, followed by graduates from the EdD in Educational Leadership Program, then the Global Executive EdD, finally our graduates from the EdD in Organizational Change and Leadership. Each candidate will be hooded by his or her dissertation chair, in alphabetical order by the chair's last name.
The following candidates are receiving the Doctor of Philosophy in Education degree.
Millie Fidus Majumder.
Jingxian Li.
Natsumi Ueda. Amanda Claire Veit.
Diane Jiang Li. Michael Charles Feinberg. The following candidates are receiving the Doctor of Philosophy in Urban Education Policy degree.
Maritza Elizabeth Salazar. Elif Asla Yuja. Tong Tong.
Edgar Fidel Lopez. The following candidates are receiving the Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership degree.
Lucy Alejandra Renard.
Rohan Desai.
Ingrid Yaneth Sotelo. Armia Shavis Walker.
Andy Enhui Jones Liang.
Charlene Syons. Erica Patricia Moreno.
Courtney Glass.
Eduardo Zaldivar. Siokun Samuel Yee. Christina Prado.
Viviana Espinosa.
Michael Stephen Water. Rodolfo Ramirez. Amy Price.
Kendall Lauren Beeman. Jeannie Amnarancool. Elvia Espinosa Alvarado. Joanna Knight Briseño. Maribel Ortega Garcia. Margarita Contreras. Maribel Ortega Garcia. Olu Dolapo Demirin.
Brian O'Connor.
Monica Yvette Galaviz.
Artia Thomas.
Christopher George Acevedo. Denise Brome. Shannon Lynn Cahoon. Joanne Christine Espejo. Andrew S. Din. Donald Eugene English.
Robert Warren Stewart.
Timothy Koo. Adam Gutierrez.
Curtis Wong.
Jeanette L. Hyder. Alma Rosa Gonzalez.
Isaac Shalom Keoa Vigila. Julian Nguyen.
Vanessa Gomez Brake. Linda Bermudez.
Reina Diaz Macias.
Jenny Maria Cobb. Sarah Mott Gonzalez. Kristen Foster. Geraldine Johnson. Nohelani Guadez Shea. Hyuk Win. Elizabeth Enlow. Yasmin Brianna Kimball.
Michelle Elaine Villa. Edgar Gilbert Montez. Michael Angelo Navarrete.
Siobhan T. Littledon. Gohar Karamian. Michelle Leroy Aitala.
Afifa Zaman. Nicole Denise Piedra. Maria Guadalupe Maldonado.
Ani Gemalmajian.
Nicolese Stamps.
Laura Liegler.
Jeffrey Salmons.
Xiang Jian. Jillian Geis. Romeo Amado Baldaviso.
Caitlin Jade Wright.
Alexander Galuski. Katerina M. Garcia. Timothy Spencer Castaneda.
Cherie Cheng Mooney. Daniela Rachel Wiener.
Stephanie Brendley Espana. Ani Amy Aharonian.
Sabrina Andrea Silverman.
Leticia Diaz Garcia.
Evelyn Medina.
James Bogany.
Sarah Eugenia Trueblood. Mark Sahara. Marcos Solorzano.
Lori Inilda Andrews. Ava Kotlowitz.
Elisa Margaret Rutherford Fortunati.
Megan Clark.
Juan Luis Sosaya Tellez. Maria Schwartz. Amanda Erin Mia Yoshida.
Cassandra Eva Almarati. Elisa Contreras. Mylene de la Cruz de Guzman. Mylene Kipe.
Katrina Agnes Romero Tran.
Sabaria Hopkins. Yolanda Cole.
Julio C. Morales. Daryl Manesse.
Alia Oni Gates. Marissa Ann Coide. Jeffrey Allen Hernandez. Antonio Garcia.
Mary Grace Batito Ridgway.
Jacqueline Lowe. Danielle Angelina Beausardet. Brandy Monique Johnson.
Floyd North.
Maria Lorenza Gonzalez. Colleen Evans.
Tamara Lynn Shops.
Ayana Hall. Zandra Jo Galvan.
Marissa Martinez.
Wendy Noel Ely.
Shannon Engel Sosa.
Tanya Cherie Knott.
Teddy Magana Patigian.
O'Shane Elliott. Kimberly Cornelio Edio.
Christian Steven Sanchez.
Jeffrey Lara Ledon. Jennifer Lopez.
Alexis Sayuri Okihara. Cindy O'Neill. Ashley Elizabeth Busick Romberger. Alyssa Taylor Stewart. Janet Gale McCandless. Jason Christopher Ramirez. Terrence Wayne Rucker II. Jean Guzman Sandan.
Dawn Kalila Green.
Kendra Walther.
Julie Lopatcher.
Alida Rose. Robin Ann Wynn Davis.
Charlotte Gedstead. The following candidates are receiving the Doctor of Education in Global Executive degree.
Marlena Marie Malazzo. Ellen Schwartzman Rose.
Ramla Javed.
Belinda Michelle Penn.
Johnny Chi Chuan Din.
Medina Telmanova.
The following candidates are receiving the Doctor of Education in Organizational Change and Leadership degree.
Amaret Yang.
Donna Galambor.
Samantha Presley. Anasia Obioha.
Jason Harris.
Rami Thabet.
Rima Saman Haroon. Kava Brown. Rachel Garcia.
Crystal Robinson. Andreas Williams.
Eric Obeng Amawako Edmonds. Elizabeth Hume Grasswich.
Daniel Watkins.
Dana Kirschman. Elena Leo. Philip Consuegra. Brian Fields.
Renata Porto.
Gail Alexandra Gwynn.
Edward Young.
Wayne Chen. Kelly Barfield. Lindsay Boyle. Timothy Kushanek. Nicole Butts. Stephanie Braylock McCoy. Summer Jabbar.
Maritza Ramirez.
Jeff Bullock.
Valeria Molteni. Nicole Vick.
Desiree Dixon.
Sharon Sampson. Saida Gracia Perez.
Lauren Michelle Lazaraga Gray. Teresa Exum Lucas.
Angela Marie Mathers. Zatiti Moody. Scott Richards.
Jer Adrian Lelliott. Tara Bonds Clark. Martin Lau. Diane Enos. Kimberly Dalius. Misha Kuze.
Natalie Whitlock. Melissa Mayard. Timothy Rice.
Jamie Seaman. Alban Guzman. Jacqueline Cruz. Christian Larson.
Michael Rately.
Brian Hirayama.
Louis Shank.
Sherrick Fogarty. Janine Blige.
Uchenna Wude.
Waleed Basiso.
Jennifer Potter.
Constance Reese Green.
Taylor Ann Mizuno Moore.
Lloyd Hilton. Heidi Olivia Gray. Charles Koneski.
Christina Pinon.
Anita Gutierrez.
Jennifer Sparks Taylor.
Portia Curry.
Josette Tricia Ann Sprott. Jasmine Young.
Morgan Hawkins. Eli Albalos. Daniel Bischoff Forsyth. Paul Hutchison. Theodore Karajas. Christopher Alcala.
Alicia Steiner.
Ismahan Abdullahi. Catherine Holman. Gabriel Angemi. Dana Suzanne Chisholm.
Cheryl Moore. Jennifer Padua Romales. Byung-Jin Park. Young Tai Pak.
Ilanit Kateb.
Martin Payne.
Michael Koslow. Billy Hebert. Rashid Abdullah Graham.
Luz Minaya.
Lily Anna. Michelle Elizabeth Blake. Tim Curry. Tanya Diaz-Chong. Mayo Fujiwara Tsuchikawa. Emily Camarina Rios Howell.
Clarence Monteclaro. Courtney Bell Nall. Sean Siu. Megan Weeks. Eric Weldon.
Henry Garcia. Elizabeth Lockhart Lance. Robert Hickman.
Gregory Vigil. Angela Nelson.
Michelle Garrett.
Jakari Thomas. Cody Marcus. Henry Sanders.
Doris Cohen.
Melissa Ann Mitchell. Isaac Takeuchi. Nancy Wilson. Zachary Yard. Derek Thomas. Jessica Stoneham. Andrew Theodore Schwab.
Majale Henley. Kathleen Lizzini. Kavita Gupta. Sanari Adeva.
Elizabeth Audrey Ruckert.
Jennifer Corfiatis.
Tamara Newman. Sarah Van Gorder. Laselle Soyafat.
Brian Kraus. Christopher Flynn. David Ambrosic.
Dana Provitt. Tripti Thakur.
Nilufar Gamini.
Rosalind Sullivan.
Janine Borland-Mann. Lance Aja.
Rosalie Vengua. Linda Vasquez.
Pauline Fong. Julie Aidman. Olumide Adeoye.
Brian Morgan.
Elaine Doan.
Mabel Yu. Charlotte Rose Williams. Francis Yo. Jalema Nichols.
Frederick Dwayne Lee II.
Virginia Solis. Robert Regan.
Kimberly Avant. Pablo Ayala.
David Swift.
Joshua James.
Eric Zupons.
Meredith Jaggard.
Doctoral candidates, by the authority vested in me by the USC Board of Trustees and President, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree for which you have been recommended by the faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. As evidence of these degrees, I shall direct that an appropriate diploma of the University of Southern California be presented to each of you, signed by its officers and embossed with the seal of the University of Southern California. Congratulations to the class of 2024. Okay, before we close, I want to point out that there's another group here today whose contributions to your success are indisputable. With all the family and friends of our doctoral graduates, please rise and accept our thanks. And let's celebrate the faculty one more time. Okay, as you know, no program like this runs on its own. So will the staff of the school please stand and be acknowledged? Congratulations once again to all our graduates, and thank you to our guests. Please join our faculty and myself for reception and photos at the lawn in front of the Rossier building, to my right. USC Rossier School of Education class of 2024, we salute you. Fight on.